What's up guys, this is Miyasin and welcome to my updated combo video and deck profile for Tenyi Swordsoul. This deck got really good support with a new Tenyi card, so there's one level 4 tuner monster that is an extender when you control like a Wyrm or a non-effect monster, as well as a synchro monster and a field spell that can search your vessel for the dragon cycle and the heavenly dragon circle. There you go, I always get mixed up. I'm pretty sure that's their names. But yeah, the new support is really good. It definitely made the deck a little more consistent. There's more options that you can go into now, especially for the level 8 synchro toolbox, so it just got even better, and it's also easier to OTK the opponent now, and there are some nice lines in order to beat Nibiru as well. So I want to say the support was really good, a step into the right direction. Now we just need more actual Swordsoul support. Anyways, before we go any further, you already know the drill, smash the like and subscribe button, and also, most importantly, if this video can get to 1,000 likes, I promise you guys a spreadsheet where I show you guys 10 combos on how to beat every single hand trap out there. So you already know what to do, smash the like and subscribe button. Anyways, combo number 1, all I have is Ashuna and Vishuddha. Look at what I can do. So first things first, special summon the Ashuna, obviously, and then link off into the Tenyi, and then special summon the Vishuddha. You can't you can't use the effect of Ashuna first, because then you will control an effect monster, which means that you can't use your Tenyis in the hand. So yeah, summon the Adara off of the Ashuna, and then synchro summon for the Chijiao. So obviously, so far, we don't really need anything from the new support. Search the emergency searches Tenyi because we don't have anything to reveal. Banish the emergence, not emergency. There's so many emergency cards out there in Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, summon your token, and then Ashuna is going to be recycled back, Adara recycles back the Ashuna from the banished, and then synchro summon into Baxia. So even if you're going second, you're also breaking a board while doing this, because your Baxia can spin back 2 cards, which is really cool. And the Tenyi is going to be foolishing the Moye from deck to grave. And then Baxia destroy the Monk in order to revive back the Moye. Moye reveal the Ashuna, and then summon your token, and then synchro summon into the new monster, Mula Adara, because no, we're not trying to make a Dragite. That's not really good. And this card is really good. If this card is synchro summoned and you have 2 or more weird monsters in your grave and or banished, you can add a field spell from your deck to your hand. You can even search Secret Village of the Spellcasters and like Necro Valley and stuff like that. This is nasty. But this deck doesn't really summon any spellcasters, so yeah. I guess we're really just going to be searching our own field spell, which you will see in a moment. And also, you draw a card in Chain Link 1 because you want to search the field. You want to get access to the field spell before you want to draw a random card, because otherwise, if it's the other way around and you draw into the field spell, then this is resolving with no effect. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you're linking off a Flame Buffalo. You always go Chain Link 1 Buffalo, Chain Link 2 the Veilings. So you search the field spell, and then you draw 2 cards. Some people say, no, drawing 2 cards is irrelevant. What is really important is the Sanctuary. Those are the same kind of people who play Terraforming, Set Rotation, and Metaverse with 3 Salamangreat Sanctuary in their deck. Anyways, draw a card. It doesn't have to be anything in particular, and then search your Heavenly Dragon Circle, which can tribute any weird monster to search any weird monster from your deck to your hand. But if you tributed a non-effect monster, you can summon it from the deck instead and negate its effects, which is like absolute garbage. I don't even understand why this part of the effect exists, because you will never want to summon a monster from the deck whose effect is negated. Completely defeats the purpose. But also the graveyard effect is really good. It gets you somewhat of a follow-up next turn, so that's kind of cool. Anyways, banish your Tenyi, your Monk, and your Mula Adara, so that's going to be Light, Earth, and Wind for the Protoss. And Protoss can call Dark, while you also have the Chijiao and 2 cards in hand. So that's really cool, right? And I'll take it off of just Ashuna and Vishuddha, because it's very like plain, and there's like practically nothing that people can usually do with something like that. But yeah, it's better than, you know, Chijiao Search Blackout Pass. Okay, so for combo number 2, we have Swordsoul of Tenyi, or Tayo, as well as Tenyi Spirit Surya. So that's the new level 4 monster, and it's really good. Anyways, normal summon the Tayo, and then special summon the Surya, and synchro summon right away for Baxia. So again, going second, you're breaking boards while doing this. You can spin back 2 cards, which is really cool. Chain Link 1, the Tayo to Foolish, and Chain Link 2, the Monk. So you're going to be sending the Ashuna with a Tayo, and you're going to be banishing it right away to summon the Adara, and then Baxia effect, revive back the Tayo, and then synchro summon, no, never mind, summon your token, and then synchro summon for Xiaofeng, and then we're going to be going Adara, recycle back the Ashuna in order to make the Chijiao, and Chijiao is going to be searching the emergency. The reason, by the way, why we want to turbo out Xiaofeng very early usually is because if it is summoned using Baxia, the opponent cannot use the effect of light monsters in his possession. So it's like Nibiru cannot be used, Veiler cannot be used. Well, Nibiru is like the main one. And also, if you play against like Drytron, which used to be like a valid interaction back in the days, bro, you cripple their whole engine. Especially if you go like Xiaofeng and Protoss call Dark, no light, no dark monsters. Like, how do you win? Oh yeah, by playing Tenpai. That is a myth. That's not gonna happen. Nobody plays standby, right? I mean, yeah, everybody plays standby. Anyway, it's called Dark, so yeah, you win, and yeah, that's not too bad. Again, off of 2 cards, Protos for Dark, Chaofeng for Light, and Chi Jiao to like negate a monster effect on the field. Okay, so in this situation, I have Swordsoul Moye, the Surya, as well as Long Yuan, and I'm trying to beat Valor and Nibiru, which is kind of hard to do, but it's easier to do than like Imperm Nibiru, because again, if you make a Baxia into Dara and then make a Chaofeng, your opponent cannot use like Nibiru and Valor in combination with each other, so maybe there's a world in which your opponents might want to Valor you early and then make you use up extenders from the hand, and then you play into the Nib, and then you run out of cards in the hand and you can't play the game at all. Because there are 2 ways of beating Nibiru in this deck. The first one is by, well, actually 3 ways. The first one is by making a Chaofeng on summon number 5 or early, yeah, which is like borderline impossible. The second one is by only summoning like a Chi Jiao Set Blackout Pass, which is kind of boring. And the third one is by making a big board and then saying, okay, end of main phase, and then your opponent nibs you, and then you still have the extenders in your hand, and then you keep going. But you will see something very interesting here, because our hand is so good that even if we get Nibiru'd, we recover from it, because we're not really going to be making the negate to beat Nibiru, because you're gonna be making Chaofeng so late that it doesn't really matter too much, but it's the fact that we pressure our opponent to nib us. So that's still relevant. The Chaofeng threat is still something that the opponent will have to respect. Anyways, we get Valor on the Moye, that's fine. Synchro Summon using the Surya and the Moye. So yeah, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3. We get to search the field spell, we get to draw a card, and we get to summon the Monk of the Tenyi. So yeah, get that field spell, and then draw whatever. A field spell, search the Vessel for the Dragon cycle, which is going to be Foolishing the Ashuna, and also search the Adara. And then link off into another Monk, because we don't have to, we have to control no effect monsters to summon our Adara, so that's kind of a necessity. And then also banish the Ashuna to summon the Vishuddha. And then Synchro Summon it into Baxia. Again, going second, you're also breaking a board because you get to shuffle back 2 cards for Earth and Dark, which is, yet again, very nice. But I'm doing this especially to showcase you that even when you go second, your combo is still something that not only gets your stuff going, but also destroys your opponent in the process, because everything is an OTK and everything picks apart boards. This deck is quite solid going second, just with Engine, even with 0 hand traps. And obviously with the hand traps, your opponent is making a weaker board that is even easier to OTK. Anyways, destroy your second Monk to revive back here the Adara. Your opponent has to Nibiru you at this point. It's completely mandatory, because you just make Chaofeng, you banish the Adara, you get a fodder for the Long Yuan, and you just win. But yeah, we get nibbed, it's completely fine. Adara recycle back the Ashuna, and from here on out, we just don't care. So we're just gonna go Long Yuan, discard the Ashuna, and then get our token, and then we can go into the Long Yuan, and then banish, bounce back that Nibiru by banishing the Vishuddha, and then end phase, we can replace the field spell with the old field spell. And this card is not really good. It's like when your opponent special summons an effect monster while control a face down monster or a non-effect monster, you can draw 2 cards. You can draw 2 with it. It's nothing like fantastic. It's just really good if you have like a bunch of hand traps, but we can also use that Kigzin, Long Yuan, whatever to banish like a special summon monster. And we also like a spell or trap, so if our opponent activates the field spell, we can banish that, or a continuous spell, whatever. So that's a double interruption on its own, and it also burns for 12 each time it uses its effect. And yeah, again, draw 2, draw another card off of the Moye. It's not too bad through like Valor and Nib, where it actually does hurt. Alright, for the deck profile, I'm playing 12 hand traps because I'm not trying to lose going second, but I don't think it's really possible to play more than 12 in this deck, unless you want to cut on some consistency cards. So yeah, 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Imperm, just like the basic hand traps that I can always use at any moment. I don't think main decking the Molchamis would be too great here, because it's not like you can use them as generic discard fodders for everything. Like, if you could discard like a Molchami for Long Yuan, then yeah, obviously, any day of the week. But no, you can't do that, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just waiting for like a weird Molchami, and then, goddamn, is that gonna be broken? Reveal like the Molchami for Moye, and then also the Molchami makes you draw like 5 cards every time your opponent breeds. That would be kind of solid. You would smash the like button if you want that to happen. Anyways, for the Tenyi monsters, well, actually no, I don't want it to happen. 3 Ashuna, 2 Vishuddha, 2 Adara, and 2 Surya. I think the Ashuna you kind of just have to play 3, and then the Vishuddha you can actually just get away with only 1 copy if you want to. Because you can just recycle it back with the Adara. But if you play 1 Vishuddha, then you kind of just have to play 2 Adara. But yeah, you don't want to play 3 of these cards either. They don't really do anything on their own. Technically, Ashuna doesn't do anything on his own either, but it's still a good discard fodder off of the Long Yuan, and that would, yeah. I was gonna say you can banish it to summon the Shatara, the water monster, but we cut it for the Surya because I think this card is overall just a little better. Again, if your Moe gets Veilered or Impermed, you just special summon this and then you keep going. So that's what I really like about this card. The Incredible Ecclesia is one of your best starters, so you can summon the Moe and the Tai with it. So yeah, I just like this card, and also going second, it's even better because it's an extra layer of push, and also it's a tuner, so sometimes you don't even want to use its Lone Fire Blossom-esque effect. You just want to keep it in the field, the normal summon Moe, you get Veilered, you Synchro Summon the hard way. So yeah, it's a nice card. And then obviously the 2 Tai, the 3 Longwan, 1 Protos, 3 Emergence, obviously, the field spell, the 2 cards that you can search with it, as well as the Blackout. So yeah, 40 cards, very clean, but if you want to play more hand traps, then you can bump it out to like 42, 43. You can do 42 with like 15 hand traps if you cut Vishuda to 1. So yeah, it's something that I can get behind that decision, because your deck would still be super consistent. There's so many starters, but again, please don't play like 15 hand traps in 40 cards by cutting all the consistency cards. I just don't think it's gonna work too well. Anyways, for the extra deck, we are on 1 Shengying, 1 Kikjin Longwan. I am probably butchering every single name, by the way. I'm not Chinese. Chao Feng, another Chinese monster. Speaking of the motherfucking devil, everything in this deck is Chinese. It's actually insane. Anyways, Dragite, there you go. Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. It's an okay-ish card, but whatever, you don't really need it for anything. And Dragite, you also rarely summon it, so if your extra deck space is super tight, then you can just cut this card. The Mula Adara, this card is pretty nice. Double Chijiao, obviously, double Baxia. The second one, I don't really think you necessarily need anymore, because you have a way to like quickly close out the game with Mula Adara, but whatever, I might as well play the second one, while I have no idea what else you're supposed to do. Yazi, because your emergence can decrease the level of one of your monsters, so when you go Tai Banish, this is how you can get to a level 7. And also, if you play Destrudo in your deck, which you probably should not do, you can summon Destrudo using, Yazi using Destrudo and any normal summon that isn't a tuner. So in other words, it kind of sucks ass. Don't play Destrudo. Tenyi Spirit Sahasrara, sussy ass name. This card you gotta pay 4,000 life points in order to summon it with the Surya, so it's kind of shit. But its effect is okay. And then obviously the Shaman, it's a fire, so you always have a fire to pop for your Protos calling fire, so keep that in mind. Shaman is relevant for everything that you can do, and it also has another hidden effect that I don't even think people are aware of it. But when an attack is declared involving your face-up non-effect monster, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. So even if your opponent is attacking your non-effect monster, it's still kind of like some form of disruption. And obviously the Monster Reborn effect, everybody knows about it. It's pretty good. And Double Monk, because there are some lines that do involve 2 monks. It's a Link 1, it doesn't really do anything, but it allows you to transform your effect monsters into non-effect monsters to start special summoning your Tenyi monsters from the hand. So even the small little details like that, they do matter. And for the idea section, I don't have anything other than the garbage field spell, as well as cross out for D-Bear if you are tired of losing to that card, because yes, this deck does not deal well at all with Dimensional Barrier, which I think we'll be seeing a lot of play once we get Raziel, which you will be seeing a lot in Supreme Darkness, where this deck will be getting more support. So again, be scared of that card. It's really annoying, and it's really annoying. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about Swordsoul Tenyi and the new support in the comment section below. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.